What up, though, y'all? It's Chris, broadcasting from the D. Had to get back here to the mall to get myself some more headphones. You guys have seen my trusty Mickey Beats. It's time to upgrade from them because I've had them for like a good 8 years. They're starting to fall apart. So had to come here and get myself some more headphones. You know, just got to keep it going, man. When you're in the gym, you need those tunes. You don't want rickety headphones on. You want solid ones. So it was just time to get some new ones. But let's talk about Megan Thee Stallion and how it's looking more and more like y'all girl was lying for no reason. We have gotten not only with multiple witness accounts saying Tory did not shoot her, but we also got from her own mouth saying that she just stepped on glass. So after the situation happened, she was sitting out front or sitting out, whatever. Police were talking to her. She was concerned about getting arrested because she was sloppy drunk, it seemed. They asked her about her foot. She said she had stepped on glass. She was very adamant about this. Even though she seemed like she had had a bit to drink or whatever, her words when she said this exuded confidence. There was no hesitation. There was no reason to think that she was being dishonest in any way, shape, or form. So that's what she told the police. Then, later on at the hospital, she's talking to another officer about her foot. She stepped on some glass. And furthermore, as if her saying it twice isn't convincing enough, there is a picture of her, this is supposedly her, sitting with her feet up at the hospital. She's sitting on what? The hospital bed, the gurney, whatever you want to call it. She's sitting on that. There is a picture of the bottom of her feet. She was not shot. You just seen that her foot was cut. So it does look like her stepping on glass was accurate. This was not something that was just made up. Why is this important? Well, isn't it obvious? You got a man that is in prison right now serving a 10-year sentence for something that he didn't do, clearly. You got a man sitting in prison, not only sitting in prison for 10 years for something he didn't do, but he was recently stabbed 14 times. He shouldn't even have been in that situation. So, y'all defenders of this who just are hell-bent on believing that Tory is guilty and that Megan is a victim, what say you now? Like, really, what say you now? You had people all this time that were saying stuff didn't seem right with this, that it really seemed like she was lying. She was very much just woven a story, trying to get revenge on this man, whatever her motives may be. I don't think we ever will really know. But it did not seem like it was right. This man goes to prison, stuff never really adds up. And of course, people were being very unreasonable. They're like, believe all women, believe all women, believe all women. This is what's wrong with everything. Y'all don't believe black women. Y'all don't protect black women. This was all of the stuff that was said over and over. You're welcome. This was the stuff that was said over and over and over in order to justify not being objective. And that's part of the problem. The believe all women narrative, it makes people biased. It makes people think just because you've got a vagina, you're incapable of lying. Just because you've got boobs that you couldn't possibly be on no setup stuff. It really does make people biased. It makes people so that they can have evidence of the contrary right in front of them and they will refuse to believe it. So I'm glad this stuff is coming to light. I don't have any dog in this fight. I don't know Tory personally. If he would have did this, you would have heard me like he got exactly what was coming to him. But it never seemed right. Like, just none of the stuff that was shown, none of the stuff that was said ever seemed believable. I really never thought he would be convicted. When he got handed that not guilty, that guilty verdict, I thought it would be not guilty. So when he got handed that guilty verdict, I was really stunned. Like, really. You know, I've said this before and I'll say this again. The main reason why I didn't find it believable that somebody shot her, or that Tory shot her, that she was shot at all, was because like a week later, after she was supposedly shot, she was out twerking. If you've ever shot a firearm, you know the damage that it can do. All right, really. Only somebody that has no idea what they're talking about, they go based off of movies and anime and all that sort of stuff, could believe that it'd be possible for her to be shot in the foot and then out gyrating and twerking and stuff like a week later, if even that long. So that never made sense to me. I always had an issue with this. People were like, oh, well, what if it was your sister? What if it was your mama? First off, my sister and my mama wouldn't have been involved in this stuff. You know, I'm having fun with it now because these are the sorts of wild things that people would throw out there just to avoid like even entertaining the possibility that this woman was not being honest. So this stuff is coming out. I'm glad that it's coming out. This man should be turned loose. At the very least, he should get a new trial, but this man should just outright be turned loose, man. And when he finally gets out, I don't know what direction he gonna go in, but some people got to be held accountable for the part that they played for taking part in this. You know, Megan Thee Stallion especially. Like, really, Megan Thee Stallion especially. I tire of seeing situations where the woman Me Too's a man and she receives no consequences for it. In my opinion, that is why situations like this keep happening over and over and over and over and over. Because what sort of repercussions does the woman face if and when she's found to be on some BS? I mean, she wins either way. If she's to be believed, she ruins the man's life. If it gets discovered that she wasn't being honest, the man's life still suffers the consequences as if he did it, because the truth is never ever followed up with the same ferocity that the lie was. You'll never hear Shade Room and TMZ and all them come out being like, we were wrong, we were biased, we helped shape people's opinion of this negatively, we weren't fair at all. You'll never hear them do that with the same level of loudness that they did when they were dragging the man. So the man loses either way. If they believe her, she loses. If it ends up being discovered that she lied, he still loses, because his family suffered at the hands of the liar. That can't be changed. The person's career has suffered at the hands of the liar. That can't be changed. They missed out on all types of money-making opportunities. You know, their bag was affected. That can't be changed. And what happens to the woman afterwards? Nothing. The woman just keeps it moving like she never did anything wrong. So if there's never any accountability held for the accuser, how in the world do you stop more situations like this from happening? I'm going to leave it there. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. Hit me with them comments. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.